Oh, hey! I'm Ikonos fan, and with me is FTA
This is Chris.
and Smoothies.
That was terrible. That was a terrible intro, and you should feel bad.
It sounded like Chris was doing a really, really bad impression of Rick
Yeah.
when he makes that noise.
Oh, like all my impressions.
Hey, I'm Tiny McConus fan.
Hey, if you pay me $5, we can redo it. Otherwise, speaking of giving money, whoa, this is a Kickstarter game. Why are we doing a Kickstarter game?
Why are we doing a Kickstarter game 3 days before the Kickstarter ends?
Because they need your help, and we want to help you help them.
Give him money. Okay, bye.
Now, Eagle Island, this is a... well, I don't know if this is like an official term, because it takes two copyrighted names and puts them together. But it's a Metroidvania-style game? Do you two know that?
Yeah, Metroidvania. Yeah, I think Metroidvania is kind of at this point it's like unofficially official term for these types of games.
I think so. I just always wonder about... Because like, I see the Kickstarter pages always say Metroidvania, and I'm always thinking, like, are they going to get sued just for using that term, Metroid? But
No.
You can't be sued. You can't be sued for typing a name like that. It's only if they try and make money. If they try and sell a product with that name on it. Like if this game was called Metroidvania Island, then maybe they might get in trouble.
fuck, I need to rethink some of my business dealings. But no, this is a cute little game. It's obviously, as you can see, pixel art, 2D, run around, there's a map and everything. You're this little dude named Quill, I believe, and you have your little owl dude named Koi. It might be a chick, I don't know actually.
It's an hour. Who gives a fuck?
On the Kickstarter video, it shows like some pseudo cutscenes of like this dude like talking, and he's like, "Wear this falcon glove, but use an owl. Use the falcon glove, but use an owl." Okay.
One thing I do like about the you know, I'm gonna say what would you class this as? 8-bit or 16?
Neither.
Just pixel art, I think. It's gotten confusing with like a lot of indie games saying like 16-bit, but being way better than 16-bit.
This would probably be 32. Like this would be closer to Sonic CD, I would say, in terms of color palette and how much it can handle at once.
Which I'm glad. I am kind of getting sick, for lack of a better term, of like kickstarted indie 8-bit games.
Yeah.
Like put more effort into it. Come on, you lazy sacks of shit.
It's not laziness. It's about how much money can you raise, and you know, Kickstarter, it's very few projects that actually make a bunch of money.
Because they don't deserve to.
But pixel art is okay.
Easy.
Oh, yeah, because Mighty Number 9 deserved to make money, didn't it?
No.
Ukulele deserved to make money, didn't it?
You didn't say Ukulele and Mighty Number 9. You said they.
I said they, just meaning Kickstarter games in general. I'm really bad at doing promoted videos. Fuck this.
Hey guys, give money to this shit. Fuck, I'm tired of pixel art games, and God, they don't deserve money.
I actually.
I didn't say I was sick of pixel art. I said I'm sick of 8-bit games. 8-bit. I just think at this point in time that hashtag aesthetic has been kind of done to death now in terms of like, we're making a retro game that looks 8-bit, like something like this. As Steven said, this looks more like. Did you know when Steven said 32-bit? This does actually remind me of something you would probably see on the Game Boy Advance.
Yep, Game Boy Advance was gonna say that.
And for that, you know, like that kind of level of sprite. I mean, I think
games.
for anyone who watched Kirby games, I think anyone who watched me and TJ playing Mega Man 8, like I think in that game we were very like I want sprite games to be this detailed, because I think sprites when done good can look amazingly beautiful. This game is pretty up there. I think it does look you know what I really like though is the use of lighting with like little lamps, and you go in and out of light. It's good shit.
I think you made an interesting point. A lot of Kickstarter games that succeed have like a name attached, and it's like, let's just make the old thing again, and here's the name, and if you don't have that, you're kind of stuck actually doing marketing and things yourself. And that's why, like there's a lot of cool games like this game that come out, and you don't really hear about them because like Inafune's not involved or X-Rare people aren't involved, and it's kind of a shame, honestly.
Although I think at this point, Inafune being involved in Kickstarter won't mean jack shit.
At the time, though, that was like a huge thing. So,
The Mega Man guy, let's give him all our money, even though he doesn't deserve it.
so how about those Vita 3DS versions of Mighty Number 9?
How about
Chris, isn't it?
How about
Chris,
this
isn't
game?
it that like, isn't there that like some kind of 90s street racer game that you've been waiting like 6 years for an update for?
Yeah, I'm making a video about that. But this game, this game looks promising. I think what they've done is like they've made the foundation for like the first world, and everything they need to do additional to that is largely just creating new assets and taking that template for new worlds, because this is all procedurally generated, right? This is like randomized world map design. It's not the same every time. I'm sure there are some like set areas, but for the most part it's all randomized, and that keeps it fresh, keeps it interesting, I think, for the most part. But it seems like they've pretty much got a lot of the work for the template done, and from there they just need to add on to that. So I think, yeah, I'm not going to say like this is going to be the best game ever or fulfill every single thing, because you never know, but like I think this is a pretty safe Kickstarter game to think about and throw a few bones toward.
Yeah,
I think this game will be very cathartic to people who hate Toad. I want to just play a game where you just murder him over and over and over again.
I gotta say, that owl attack, it's surprisingly satisfying. I feel like sometimes I miss, but that may have been because I was using a weird analog stick. But when you do land a hit,
the owl attack reminds me of? It reminds me of if Cream in SA2 didn't have a homing shot and just fired forward.
Oh, Advanced 2.
It's kind of what it feels like. In Advanced 2,
thought
like
Adventure
Cream
2,
had,
I was
had
like,
cheese the chow.
What are you talking about?
Advanced 2, SA2, they both suck. Who cares?
No, it's true.
So I was gonna say that from what I've seen so far, everything is pretty slick. The controls are really nice. The music is it's okay. The music it's kind of at some points it sounds like a real flute is playing, but then other times it'll go up to straight up just 8-bit sounding, and I'm like, well, there's no consistency in that. Which one's it gonna be?
The one thing, I mean, I know this is a demo, but one thing I can't, like, what I found kind of jarring is a little bit is the sound mixing. The music very quiet, and the sound effects very stock and very loud.
Very stock. Yes, the sound effects sound like you're playing a Flash game. Like any Flash game.
That's why you need to give the game more money. They can afford better
They can afford
samples.
They can afford the $6 to go to a local library and rent a sound effects CD and rip those.
Oh, Ripto. I love that guy.
Ripto's Rage. I love this game.
Freesound.org. I use them all the time. No, seriously, it's a good website.
So what do you guys think of this little badge system here? Did you guys get too much into that?
Yeah, it's all right.
It works fine.
I mean, the game plays just fine without those upgrades. So
that was one thing I noticed. Like, it doesn't seem to do too much, but I thought it was interesting because most games like this, once you get a power up, you have it forever, and maybe you have ammo, but like, you can't take Samus's like ice missiles or whatever and just toss them. You know, you have them when you have them. So I thought that was an interesting way to differentiate it a little bit than the usual.
This guy's like, I think I just died. I don't know. Is this heaven?
Oh, that bird's so cute. But yeah, I feel like that, and I'm sure in the final game, the elemental attacks will do more. But did you guys even know there are elemental attacks there?
Yeah, well, I was going to ask you if you knew, because you haven't used any so far.
Well, that's the thing. There's nowhere in this demo where I found a need to use it. Like, I'm sure in the final game there will be like, you gotta destroy these logs with the fire thing or something to get past it. But every enemy in this demo you can beat with just throwing your bird at it. So,
well, that's probably because it's like the first level. Like,
yeah.
But
I'm surprised they put that in there and then didn't do anything with it.
Yes, I was thinking maybe they should have put in some enemies where it would have come in handy to use the ice power or to use the green power. What's the green one?
Yeah, I do have no idea what the green one does.
Well, the green one allows you to hit several enemies in a row. It's like those three right there. If you use the green one, you hit right through all of them.
That's actually pretty handy sounding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Kickstarter is advertising 9 themed areas for the final world, and I'm sure there's some programming that the further you go in the final game, the more complex and expansive these areas become. Because right now, it's pretty simple to get through.
Right now, it's really basic. Do you think that after each level, that you'll be able to like sort of save or something, because if you have to play the entire game after dying, I wouldn't like that at all.
I think so, yeah, and that's one thing we kind of didn't mention, is that this game is a roguelike, which means when you die, you lose progress.
Permadeath, yeah.
Yeah, you start back at the beginning. Maybe just because it's the demo, but you lose like all your little badges and money and everything. And oh, Gareth can't hear anyone.
Oh, that's why I can't hear him.
Well, yeah, we can't hear you, Gareth. So I guess this will be fun to edit. Please exit the call and join back in. FTCR.
Well, no, I'm glad. Yeah, FTCR.
Remember that time we did 06 Part 1 like 4 times?
Yeah, which is unusual for us.
Inside baseball.
So I guess the rest of this is without Gareth, but that's fine. That's fair.
I don't even think he likes birds. This combo thing is really fun, but sometimes I think the timing on it is a little too strict. There's actually a badge that widens that gap, but
yes.
I don't know. There's a lot of... It's hard to keep an eye on all the enemies and the little gauge at the same time.
I didn't even... Where's the gauge? Oh,
Under
yeah.
the heart?
It's over there to the left. I didn't even know that was there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Developers, if you're listening, maybe put it somewhere in the middle.
Make it easier for dumb people like us, please. Thank you.
Well, no, it's just like... Because all the action's in the middle of the screen, I'm not going to look all the way to the top left corner.
Maybe
honestly,
something like...
Yeah, what about a fucking giraffe?
Oh, there you are. Hi.
Welcome
Hi.
back. I hope you left horrible things for me to have to edit out. Thank you.
I did. I talked to her all about my political beliefs and what I think of religion.
Oh, so it's like every other video. Good.
Exactly.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fucking Sonic Colors ruined everything.
Those things that we're killing, what are they? They fly. But
Those are evil birds, and you have the cute good bird. And
Yeah,
only
okay.
cuteness is allowed.
We have Moltres. Get fucked, Zapdos.
Hey, did you know that all the birds have, like, numbers at the end of the names? Hot tip. You know those Trez? That's pretty cool, right? No one knows that. Right?
Yeah, I knew that.
Oh. Oh.
But thanks for nothing as always, Chris.
Hey, anytime.
Did you know? That channel once stole our footage. The end.
It was so great when they...
And now I'm going to steal from them.
My favorite part about them stealing our footage is when they used it over... When they were talking about Sumo Digital stealing assets from another person. And I'm like, that is too perfect.
The irony was not lost on them.
Nope.
I feel bad because I called the owl Koi. It's actually Koji.
Koji Kondo.
My thing with this is I rushed straight to the demo. I didn't really look at the page much because I just wanted the full impression of the game, not based on anything else going on with it. So, oops.
So, Chris, how much money have you given to their Kickstarter?
You know, that's the question I'm asking myself as an unemployed loser. I'll probably throw in a few dollars, you know.
I'm
I
gonna
like
give
what they're
them-
doing.
What is it? I think it's $10 and you get the game.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll give them $10 so I can get the game.
From what I'm seeing on their, as of speaking now, Friday, May 12th at 3:48 p.m. They have $21,636 of their $2,500,775 goal. So they're just a couple grand short, which I'm sure this video will cause so many people to retract their backing.
They're just going to be sitting there like, how does the number keep going up? What happened? And we'll be like, it was all us, baby.
And then everyone will realize that Johnny also made a video about this, and people are just watching that now.
It's true, though.
I wish you could throw your owl at all the coins and stuff to collect them, but you can't. I feel like that's a big overlook.
You can get a little badge thing that makes them automatically go for them and collect them. I'd kind of rather that be a permanent upgrade, though.
Yes, do that anyway. You know what? I ain't back in this game. Forget about it.
Uh-oh. You know what happens when both the doors close, right?
Oh no, it's Skullman.
Steven, this thing is what killed you, right?
Yeah, it killed me. Do you win? Do you lose?
Oh, you better believe something happens here. I just wasn't sure because there's a
The
little
game crashes.
there's a little mini boss dude, and I finally used the powers. But there's like a little bear thing that causes some spikes. So I was like, I wonder if he thought that was the boss. But nah, I beat its ass.
Oh, nice. Yeah, no, I didn't beat it. It keeps jumping whenever you jump, and it kept throwing me off. So.
Finally, a game that lets me beat the shit out of Kickstarter.
All right. You have the snot bird. I just made it smack into the floor. I own you. Poof.
That might be my favorite thing about this game, actually. just throwing it in the walls.
Oh man, Peter's gonna be pissed about this game.
Good. Let them come.
Everyone click on that link and go donate to this game. And tell them that Joseph Stalin sent you.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes